Alright, one of the previous videos we talked about how these major MBA entrance examinations are testing you upon how you think and whether you can look at simple and different ways of solving problems. If you can do that, you'll probably save on a lot of time and end up with a pretty good score. Now, let's take up a very simple example of something that might seem calculation intensive at first, and we'll go through the conventional ways of probably looking at it and getting to an approximate answers, and we'll also look at some other ways जो शायद आपको बहुत वक्त बचाएंगे. तो पहली चीज बिना वीडियो को आगे देखे पॉज करके what I'd want you to do is to just look at this expression and get an approximate value for this. You need not be absolutely accurate. If you're within 5% also of the actual answer, it's fine. I just want you to look at this expression and think of a smart way of getting to an answer very quickly. And then I'll go through some ways and you can compare whether your ways were efficient or whether there's something you could pick out from here and learn. All right. Now, assuming that you've done that, let's look at this expression. See, first of all, unlike science, management normally does not require you to get exact answers. Approximate answers or the best answers are generally good enough when you look at management. Because management works in real life, not in very proctored conditions. Typically, you will just have, okay, good, better, best, and not, okay, this is the perfect answer to something. Of course, there are exceptions, but when you look at calculations or numbers, generally approximations as a manager, are something you'll be fine with. Whether it is approximating the market share or some other resource that you're trying to measure, approximations generally give you a good enough idea. Now, when you look at this expression, तो सबसे पहले आप इसको थोड़ा simplify करके देख सकते हो. If you are looking at an approximate answer, even something like 4.5 cube will get us close to the answer that we need. Right? इन दोनों के बीच में बहुत ही कम difference होगा. तो अगर हम इसकी value निकाल लेंगे, we are almost getting the value of this. Now let's look at the conventional or the traditional ways of doing that. तो पहली चीज हम क्या कर सकते हैं? हम इसको actually multiply कर सकते हैं. So that's one way of solving this. अब ये करने की knowledge even third, fourth standard के बच्चे के पास है. So you could simply do 4.5 into 4.5 and you get an answer here. You multiply that again with 4.5 and this is where you get the final answer. This is one way of solving this. It will take time. Again, as I said, the knowledge of using this method is there even with a kid in a primary school, but not the most efficient of ways. If you are an engineer or a math background student, you might be tempted to use some formulae here. So you could look at it and go, इसको हम a plus b cube का formula लगा देते हैं. That's another way of looking at it. So you could go, okay, a is 4, b is 0.5. So we could look at it like a cube plus b cube plus 3ab into a plus b. Now that's another way to look at it. Again, it takes more time than you need to spend on such a calculation. It is not very, time efficient as compared to this method either. You might be tempted to use a minus b cube also, but again, it will be similarly time consuming, so you're not saving much on time there either. Let's try and look at some simpler ways of looking at this question. Now, one way could be, if we're looking at 4.5 cube, simply सोचें तो ये किससे बड़ा होना चाहिए? अगर हमारे लिए सिंपल है कुछ देखना 4 क्यूब, तो 4.5 का क्यूब 4 क्यूब से बड़ा होना चाहिए. So 4 cube is simple, 4 into 4 into 4, so 16 into 4 is 64. और किससे छोटा होना चाहिए 4.5 का क्यूब? जाहिर है 5 क्यूब से छोटा होना चाहिए. So 5 into 5 into 5, 125, it should be less than that. अब 4.5 is in the middle of 4 and 5. So the cube should be somewhere close to the middle of these 2 points. Not exact, because cube का curve कुछ इस तरह से जाएगा. हम linearly extrapolate कर रहे हैं. So what we are saying is this value will be there. The actual value will be a little less than this. But as an approximate measure, this will work fine. So 64 और 125 के बीच में roughly 60 का gap है. इसमें हम 30 ऐड करेंगे तो मिड पॉइंट पे पहुंच जाएंगे. So it'll be close to 94 and a little less than 94. So that's one way of getting an approximate value for this expression very quickly. कि 4 क्यूब से बड़ा होगा, 5 क्यूब से छोटा होगा, almost दोनों के बीच में होगा. So very quickly, depending upon the options, we can choose. We can look at this problem in a slightly different manner also. We could see 4.5 as nothing but 45 by 10, which is nothing but 9 by 2 cube. So this expression makes it a lot simpler. If you know 9 cube, it is 729. 2 cube is 8. So instead of all this calculation or this formula or this approximation, all you need to do is carry out a simple division and you get to your answer. So this will be a little more than 91. There you have it. Now, even if you don't know 9 cube, कि अभी cubes याद नहीं किए, hopefully 9 square तो याद होगा, तो you can write it like 9 square into 9 upon 8. 9 square is nothing but 81. So you could write it as 81 into 9 upon 8. This part is very, very close to 10, a little more than 10. So 10 into 9 is 90. So this will be a little more than 90. So again, you get to an approximate answer fairly quickly. You could have also looked at it simply as 4.5 cube is 4.5 into 4.5 into 4.5 and just thought of it कि यार अगर इस 4.5 into 4.5 को इसको मैं थोड़ा सा घटा के 4 मान लूं और इसको थोड़ा सा बढ़ा के 5 मान लूं, अगर मैं दोनों को बढ़ा दूंगा तो आंसर बड़ा हो जाएगा, अगर मैं दोनों को रिड्यूस कर दूंगा तो आंसर छोटा हो जाएगा. So what I've done here is I've increased one of these slightly, decreased the other one slightly, so the impact is almost cancelled out. So this becomes 20 into 4.5, much simpler to deal with. 20 into 4.5, the 0 goes out, the decimal goes out, 2 into 45, again 90. So by looking at the problem in a slightly different manner, instead of looking at decimals, you're looking at it in fractions, or looking at it in a simpler manner, where you're just playing around to find an easier way to do it, will probably save you far much more time than conventional methods would take. So again, developing this approach is key, and we'll see it in future videos also as to how you can build upon this approach. This is a skill that is fairly different from what you've experienced in the past, and this will take you ahead of several other competitors who are probably putting in equal number of hours as you are on your CAT preparation. See you soon again in another video. वीडियो अगर पसंद आया है तो लाइक जरूर करना. यही एक तरीका है हमें पता करने के लिए कि जो भी हम आपके लिए बना रहे हैं वो आपके कितना काम आ रहा है, कितना आप उससे सीख पा रहे हो. थैंक यू.